Hi, welcome back to my channel, where I talk about slow living, my life in the Finnish countryside, doing things with my hands and living intentionally. I have always thought of myself as a handy person. We have renovated this house with my husband and my parents, mostly by ourselves. I knit, I do things with my hands, I'm able to fix things. But I have a barn full of unfinished projects. I was first maybe excited to start with them, but I just couldn't finish them because I was afraid I would fail. I was being a perfectionist. But now I have decided that things need to change. I'm going to finish some of my projects. I'm going to let go of my fear of failure. Follow me on a tour of my barn to see what I mean. As you can see, there is a lot of stuff here. For example, these armchairs. We got them from relatives. I intended to fix them, but I just didn't know how. So they have been sitting here for the whole duration of our stay here, 13 years. And the worst part is that due to these conditions, the moisture, the cold, I think some of the chairs have gotten some damage. I still think that I will be able to fix them once I learn the right techniques, but they won't be my first projects right now. I will start with something more simple. There are some floor planks behind me that we rescued from an old house in a nearby town that they were tearing down. We meant to use them in our house as floor planks, but the amount was just not enough, so we have to think of something else to do with them. This is a closet I got from my grandparents. My grandfather made it. It's solid wood, but for some reason my grandfather changed the doors later into plywood. But luckily we have the original solid wood doors still here, so I can change them back. I have started sanding it, but then I lost my enthusiasm for some reason. So it's a work in process, but I really do want to fix this and start using it. To sum up, we have gathered a lot of stuff from auctions, from relatives, from different kinds of places. We have furniture, we have garden furniture, we have doors, we have many kind of things that have a lot of potential, but they're just sitting here. And now my intention is to start doing something with all of this stuff. I'm going to start with two relatively easy projects just to get going. I'm going to make a bookshelf from one of the floor planks, and I'm going to renovate one of the spoke chairs. And in the process, I will organize this space so that I will throw away some of the things that I'm sure I won't be needing, and I will make more solid plans for the remaining things. And I will be doing this with practically no budget at all. I'm going to use the materials and tools that I already have. The aim here is not to buy new stuff, but to get rid of stuff or start using stuff that I already have. I don't have a lot of space for books in this house. We have only one solid wall without windows or doors, and that bookshelf is for the whole family. I wanted a space for my personal most favorite books, and I wanted them to be near me. And because I work in this room, here my books will be close to me. So what did I do with the old floor plank to make it a bookshelf? First I sanded it, but I wanted to keep some of the old paint because I thought it gives it a nice rustic look. Then after sanding it, I waxed it with clear furniture wax. And then we had these hangers or holders. I bought them for a different project a few years ago, but then I changed my mind about them. I didn't want to use them in my original project, and now I feel happy that I found a new use for them. I used 3 because the plank itself is already heavy, and then the books will be even heavier. We already had chairs like these in our kitchen, so even though this is just one chair, it will be easy to combine with the ones that we have. For me, this kind of spoke chair is very 50s, 60s style and very Scandinavian. This is not a designer chair, it's not a brand chair, but there are a few, at least one Finnish design made by Ilmari Tapiovaara and one Danish, a pretty similar design than this one. This one's made of solid wood, so it's easy to repair. I just sanded it with a sanding machine to get rid of the old paint that was chipping. And then I painted it with black paint that we had in our storage. And it still needs at least another layer of paint. But it's pretty sturdy, so I think it will be a good addition to our kitchen chairs. So what have these projects taught me? First of all, I became very aware of the why behind my projects are just sitting unfinished in the barn. It was fear of failure, my perfectionism. I was afraid that the end result will not be good enough. And realizing this has been liberating. I have decided that if I'm the person who is using these pieces of furniture or whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm crafting, I'm the one who gets to decide if the end result is good enough or not. And if it's something that I do in my free time, if it's something that is supposed to be fun, then does it really matter if the end result is not perfect? So I'm the one who is going to be using my bookshelf and my chair, and they don't have to please anybody else but me and maybe my family members. Now I try to give my projects permission to fail. And that means that I don't even attempt to fix furniture that is actually valuable. There's a good reason why there are professionals who do that. But my furniture is something that I got for free, something that is just rotting away in my barn. So what's the worst thing that could happen? If I fail, it's not the end of the world. Finally, I have found the joy of crafting again. I mean, I've been knitting all the time, but with these kinds of projects, there's been a hiatus. I haven't been really doing that kind of stuff for a long time. But now I think that it's not that just the result that's important, it's also the journey. And I want to remember the joy of making things, how empowering it feels to make things by myself. So now I try to remember to be proud of my skills, even if the result is not perfect. Do you have anything similar going on in your life? Or are you interested in this kind of crafts? If you haven't started yet, why? Have you ever struggled with perfectionism with these kinds of projects? Thank you for watching this video. Remember to take care of yourself. See you in the next one. Bye bye!